You've been told your whole life that walking is the key to staying healthy as you age. But what if I told you that walking too much, yes, too much, after the age of 70 could actually speed up aging rather than slow it down? It sounds shocking, I know. Walking is often seen as the gold standard for senior fitness. But here's the truth. As we age, our bodies need more than just steps to stay strong, balanced, and pain-free. Walking is great, but if it's the only thing you do, you might be missing the real foundations of healthy aging. In fact, many doctors are now warning that relying on walking alone can lead to muscle loss, joint strain, and even higher risk of falls. That's not because walking is bad, it's because it's incomplete. If you're over 70, this video could change how you move, feel, and even how long you live. We're going to talk about 5 things you should be doing instead of just walking. These are proven ways to keep your muscles strong, your joints safe, and your independence intact. So if you care about staying active, energized, and truly youthful, stay with me. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss what might be the most important health shift you'll make this decade. Let's dive into the truth about walking after 70 and what your body really needs. We all know walking is great for your health, but if you're over 70 and think walking is enough, I have to be honest with you, it's not. Let me explain why. As we get older, one of the biggest silent threats to our independence is something called sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass. It doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in slowly. One day, you realize that opening a jar is harder than before, or that standing up from a chair takes more effort. That's not just aging, that's muscle loss. And walking alone won't stop it. Walking mainly uses your legs, and it doesn't provide the kind of resistance your muscles need to stay strong. That's why doctors and physiotherapists now recommend strength training as one of the most important forms of exercise after 70. It's not about heavy weights or complicated gym equipment. In fact, the best strength training can be done at home. Think simple: bodyweight squats, using resistance bands, light dumbbells, or even pushing against a countertop. The key is progressive resistance, gently challenging your muscles so they stay active and engaged. Why does this matter? Because strength isn't just about lifting things. It's about keeping your balance. It's about protecting your joints. It's about standing tall and confident instead of relying on others. And here's the good news: it's never too late. Even if you've never done strength training before, starting today can help you reverse muscle loss, reduce the risk of falls, and give you more energy. So if walking is still your only exercise, maybe it's time to add something new. Your future self will thank you. Let me ask you something simple. When was the last time you stood on one foot without holding onto anything? If that question makes you a little nervous, you're not alone. After 70, balance isn't just something nice to have, it's essential. In fact, losing your balance is one of the leading causes of serious injuries among older adults. A fall can change your entire life in seconds. And here's the scary part: most people don't realize their balance is slipping until it's too late. You might say, "But I walk every day, so I must have good balance." I hear that all the time, and it sounds logical. But walking doesn't challenge your stabilizer muscles the way balance exercises do. It doesn't teach your body how to recover from a misstep, or how to stay steady when things get wobbly. Balance is a skill, and like any skill, it weakens when we stop practicing it. That's why doctors now recommend making balance training a part of your weekly routine, especially after 70. The best part? You don't need a gym, special shoes, or fancy gear. Just your body, a safe space, and a few minutes. Try standing on one foot while brushing your teeth, or walking heel to toe in a straight line across your living room. Even slowly shifting your weight from side to side can help your nervous system stay sharp and your body more responsive. One small shift in training leads to big shifts in confidence. When your balance improves, everyday tasks feel easier. You'll feel safer stepping off curbs, reaching up for something high, or moving through crowded spaces without fear. And that peace of mind, it's priceless. So if you're only walking, you're doing part of the work, but not all of it. Start training your balance today, not just to avoid a fall, but to move through life with more stability, confidence, and independence. Because growing older doesn't have to mean growing weaker. It just means growing smarter about how we move. You might think stiffness is just part of getting older, but what if it doesn't have to be? Over time, it's normal for our joints to feel a little tighter, for movements that used to feel smooth to start feeling restricted. Maybe turning your head while backing out of the driveway feels harder, or bending down to tie your shoes takes longer than it used to. These aren't just random aches. They're signs your flexibility and mobility are slowly slipping away. And the truth is, if we don't actively work to stay loose and mobile, those little restrictions start adding up. Before we know it, our range of motion shrinks, our comfort declines, and our independence, that starts to fade too. But here's the good news. You don't need to accept stiffness as your new normal. Even just a few minutes a day of gentle stretching and joint movements can make a world of difference. We're not talking about intense yoga poses or anything fancy. Just simple things, like slowly turning your neck side to side, rolling your shoulders in gentle circles, pulling your knee to your chest while seated, rotating your ankles in slow, steady motion. These movements keep your joints lubricated, your muscles more relaxed, and your body more adaptable. They help prevent injury. They improve circulation. And most importantly, they allow you to keep doing the things you love, whether that's gardening, dancing, or playing with your grandkids, without pain holding you back. Someone once told me, I didn't realize how tight I'd become until I started stretching again. That realization can be powerful because it means change is possible. So, if walking is all you've been doing, I invite you to take a few extra minutes each day to move your body in a different way. Focus on flexibility. Reclaim that smooth, fluid movement you thought was gone. Because aging doesn't mean you have to stiffen up. It just means you need to stay intentional about how you move. And you're never too old to move better than you did yesterday. Let's talk about something most people overlook after 70. Your core and your posture. When people hear core, they think of abs or six-packs. But for you and me, it's not about looks. It's about support, strength, and stability. Your core is the center of everything. It holds you upright, protects your spine, and keeps your body balanced when you move. Now ask yourself, have you noticed yourself slouching more lately? Feeling stiffness in your lower back? Maybe even catching yourself leaning forward while walking? That's your body's way of telling you your postural muscles are weakening. And here's the thing, walking alone won't fix that. It doesn't activate the deep stabilizing muscles in your abdomen or back. It doesn't remind your spine to stay aligned or your shoulders to stay open. But a few simple core and posture exercises can change everything. You don't need a gym. You don't need to lie on the floor doing sit-ups. Just stand tall with your back against a wall and see if your head, shoulders, and hips can all touch. Can you hold that position for 30 seconds? That's a great test. Or while sitting in a chair, try engaging your lower abs. Just gently pulling your belly button toward your spine. That one move alone can begin to wake up muscles that have been asleep for years. Even slow, seated pelvic tilts or shoulder resets can help rebuild the strength that keeps your body upright and pain-free. And the benefits? They're more than just posture. A stronger core means fewer falls, less joint pressure, better digestion, even deeper breathing. Harold, a man in his mid-70s, used to walk every morning, but he started noticing his shoulders rounding forward and his lower back aching. Once he began adding light posture exercises, the difference was dramatic. Not just in how he moved, but in how he felt. More upright, more confident, more alive. So if you've been walking but still feel a little off, maybe it's not your legs. Maybe it's your core. Stand tall. Engage your center. Reclaim your posture. Because how you carry yourself shapes how the world sees you and how you feel inside. Let's be real. Joint pain can steal the joy out of movement. After 70, many people start noticing stiff knees, sore hips, or aching feet, even if they've been active their whole life. So you might wonder, why does walking sometimes make me feel worse, not better? The answer lies in how our joints change with age. Cartilage thins out. Joint fluid decreases. Our ability to absorb impact goes down. And when we repeat the same movement, like walking, over and over, it can put wear and tear on the same pressure points, day after day. That's why doctors now say, it's not about stopping movement, it's about moving smarter. Instead of only walking, start weaving in low-impact exercises that protect your joints while still keeping your body in motion. Think swimming, think cycling, even gentle Tai Chi or chair-based stretches. These activities give your joints a break from pounding pavement while still boosting circulation, strengthening muscles, and keeping you flexible. Take Raymond, for example. At 77, he walked every day but started feeling sharp knee pain and tightness in his back. His doctor didn't tell him to stop moving, just to change how he moved. So he began swimming twice a week and doing light flexibility routines at home. Within a month, his joints felt smoother. He felt more energized, not worn out. That's the difference smart movement makes. So here's a quick test. Try sitting in a chair and standing up slowly without using your hands. Pay attention. Do your knees feel stiff? Are your hips tight? If so, your joints may be asking for more variety, more support, not more steps. Low impact doesn't mean low results. In fact, it's one of the best ways to preserve your mobility and protect your independence. So if walking is starting to feel like a struggle, listen to your body. Try something softer, something smarter, something that lets you move freely without the pain. Because staying active after 70 isn't about pushing harder. It's about choosing movement that keeps you feeling good, strong, and free for the long run. If you've made it this far, here's the truth I want you to walk away with. After 70, walking alone is not enough. Yes, walking has benefits, but real longevity, the kind that keeps you strong, independent, and full of life, comes from a diverse movement routine. It's about building strength to preserve your muscles, training balance to prevent falls, stretching for flexibility, strengthening your core for posture, and choosing low-impact exercises that protect your joints. This is the new roadmap for aging well. And the best part, it's never too late to start. Whether you're 70 or 90, your body is capable of adapting, healing, and improving, as long as you give it the chance. So let this be your wake-up call. Don't settle for just walking. Choose to move smarter, train with intention, and take control of how you age. If you found this video helpful or eye-opening, hit that like button, share it with someone you care about, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell so you never miss another insight that could change your health, your strength, and your future. Because growing older isn't about slowing down, it's about moving forward the right way.